Welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. Last time, Firefly died. And then a few minutes later we fought Sam, and I already know that Sam and Firefly are the same person, so I guess she didn't die after all. But yeah, Black Swan teleported us away and brought us to Aventurine, and he was basically saying, Acheron is evil, don't trust her. To which I'm just saying, you're actually more untrustworthy than anyone here. But yeah, apparently we have to go with Aventurine now. And we also have to interrogate Black Swan, she's still here. And I can't really get a read on her. I have no idea if she's an ally, an enemy, or neither. But yeah, let's just go talk to her and find out. Yeah, I am still willing to talk to you for now. And she's still willing to be my psychotherapist? Okay. Can I trust Aventurine? That is the most stupid question I've ever heard. Who do you think is the mastermind? That's an interesting question. Miss Firefly's situation is deeply connected with the Stellaron Hunter. Yeah, it's almost like they're the same person. But Aventurine has his finger pointed at Acheron, yeah. Like I said, he was basically trying to make us mistrust Acheron. But even though Acheron is obviously keeping some secrets, like everyone here, she still seems so much more trustworthy than Aventurine ever did. And the funny thing is, I think I already said that last episode, but he kinda wanted to use, like, the annihilation of the Annihilation Gang to convince us that Acheron is evil. And I was like, dude, nobody cares about the Annihilation Gang being massacred. That's a good thing. They just wanted to destroy stuff. It's good that Acheron got rid of them. That's not gonna convince me that she's evil. Yeah, it just seems like a manipulation tactic on his part. Like, why would he try so hard to convince us that we shouldn't trust Acheron? If not to just, you know, make us turn against each other. That's basically it, right? That's all he wants to do, I think. But I still don't really know what his plan is. What exactly is he gonna get out of this? We should seriously consider his perspective. Nah, I don't wanna. Miss Acheron is also hiding something. Yeah, she is, but still. I'd rather trust her than Aventurine. But I've said that enough now, so let's just move on. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I mean, I already knew about it from your dance, from that animated short. Where it was also mentioned that she killed the Annihilation Gang. But I still don't get why they're phrasing that as something so bad that she did that. When the Annihilation Gang, from what was established so far, is literally just an organization that just wants to destroy. And they're like, oh my god, it's so bad that she killed the entire gang. I'm like, come on. Who even cares about the Annihilation Gang? Nobody's gonna be sad that they're gone. She's the dance's centerpiece, How did that work out for you last time, Black Swan? You still wanna dance? Maybe you're braver than I thought. But yeah, did you actually betray me or not? I'm really not sure. But this is also a safe place, okay. So that's her angle. She's like, hey, I didn't actually betray you, I just brought you to a safe place. Okay, so she's also just kinda using Aventurine. Everyone is using everyone in Penacony. That's what I've learned so far. And Stele is just kinda here being like, who are you people? What do you want with me? Yeah, everyone may be lying, including her. Everyone is just trying to find the Watchmaker's legacy, manipulating everyone else to get there. That's just how it is. I understand now, don't trust anyone. Except Firefly and Acheron, because they are my favorite characters. That's the reason I need to trust them. Which, you know, if I were actually in this universe, that wouldn't be a smart thing to do, but I'm just a player, so I can afford to trust them. Okay, well, let's move on then. I'm not gonna ask this stupid question, because I already know the answer to it anyway. But yeah, are you willing to bring me out of this memory zone? But now's not the time. Yeah, she's basically saying not yet. We still have some things to do. And it is probably a good idea to find out what Aventurine wants exactly before we actually leave. No matter what, I hope you can trust Aventurine. You know what, I'm not gonna go over this again. I've basically been talking for the past like 10 minutes about why I don't trust him, so let's not open that box again. Okay, Black Swan still wants to protect us. Still not sure if I can trust her. But she's also at least a little bit more trustworthy than Aventurine. Like, Aventurine so far, I feel like is the most untrustworthy person we have met in Penacony. And that's saying a lot considering we've met a bunch of untrustworthy people. Okay, let's go then and see what he wants from Stelle. Or from the Nameless in general. Wait, I just had a thought. Does he know about Stellaron inside Stelle? I don't think so. But maybe he does. That could be a motive for him targeting Stelle. I'm not sure. Or I could still choose not to help. I really hope I can choose that. But this is not the kind of game where you actually have branching story paths, so... Well, let's see what he has to say. I knew you would come. Yeah, the game literally left me no choice. Yeah, okay, he doesn't trust Black Spawn either. Nobody trusts anyone on this planet. Friends, don't call me that. Oh, by the way, I think I've also mentioned that before in one of the early episodes, but just to make it clear once again, I do not hate Aventurine. I actually think he's a pretty well-written character so far. I just don't trust him, that's all. Okay, back at Stelle's room, huh? Somehow, we always return here. Ever since the start of Penacony. Though this time it's very red here. I don't think that's a good sign. Should we really enter the room? Well, we don't have any other choice, so let's do it. What is he doing? What is he on about? I think he's referring to the first conversation that we had in Stelle's room with him. Cutscene? Game has already begun. What game? You sure I can? What? What is Robin doing here? And what is that on her chest? And she's gone. Sunday? Another untrustworthy person? Oh, she's right here. What was that just now then? It's also mysterious. So many questions still. And so far they're not really answering any of them. Just adding more and more and more onto the mystery of Penacony. I can't wait to get some answers. Are we gonna see her performance at some point?
いい感じ。ああ、いけません。あなたはファミリーの誇り。その余計な感情があなたの完璧な音律に影響を与えないようにしなければ。
No, he wants her to be perfect.
分かったわ。
A lot of pressure on her, it seems.
兄様、なんだか落ち込んでいるように見えるけれど、何かあったの？もしかしてあの時計屋から招待されたゲ
Yeah,
スト？
probably.
ええ、先ほど報告を受けました。
Death had taken some of
彼ら
them.
の一部を連れ去ったと。
Is he referring to Firefly or to the Annihilation Gang? Well, since he's saying some of them, so plural, not a single person, probably the Annihilation Gang, or maybe both Firefly and the Annihilation Gang.
ああ、すみません。あなたが帰ってきたばかりだということを忘れていました。この件については知りませんよね。いつからかピノコニーに死という名の悪夢が現れ、人々を無差別に襲い、
Bring spiritual death to all equally. So is that death that he's talking about the monster that we encountered in the dream?
ファミリーが作り上げた夢の中で
The meme, I think it was
どん
called?
な不幸もあってはなりません。ですが、それは無教の秩序と平和をひどく破壊した。なんと
And all these incidents are slowly but surely undermining the utopia they built here. I see. So that's what he's worried about.
じゃあまた誰かが
Killed
被害に遭
again.
ったの？
So this has happened before.
ええ、合わせて
Two. One was a stowaway, so Firefly, and the other,
もう一
who
人
else was killed?
あなたです。
Oh. But then, why is she here? How is she... Wait a minute. Could this be Sparkle?
もういいでしょう、愚者。
It is.
あなたの行いは
鋭いね、テバオちゃん。
But yeah, it's kind of impressive that Sunday just saw through her like that. Well, then again, if you already knew about Robin's death, then I guess it wouldn't be too hard to realize that it was an imposter talking to him. Because it can't be Robin herself.
昭和の歌に間違いはない。愚者の言葉は最初は愚昧にして最後はよこしまなる凶暴となる。帰りなさい。その無教は
He wants her to leave. He doesn't want her in Penacony. But I don't think she's just gonna leave like that.
おりょうりょう、そんな仏頂面しないで。堅苦しい経典なんか引用しちゃって。花火はただ聞きたいだけ。こんなになってもまだファミリーは手を出さないでいるつもりなの？君の哀れな妹だって犠牲になったのに。
She actually dead?
もしかして
What is Sunday gonna do then?
敵を撃つつもりがないとか？
Is he gonna... Yeah. Actually, a good point here by Sparkle. Is he not gonna want revenge?
まだその時ではありません。
Not yet time.
運命の日が来たら
Oh,
私は
but he
必ず
will
公正に審判を
get
下しましょう。
revenge. Okay.
すごい。よく我慢できるね。本当に冷血なやつ。
She's kinda impressed by him being able to hold back his anger like that.
それじゃあさ、花火が君の妹の代わりにいろんな場所に顔を出してあげようか。
She's gonna become Robin. So that no one realizes that the actual Robin is gone. Is he actually gonna accept that offer? I don't think he will.
ファミリーには目算がある。その狡猾な
Okay, yeah, he's not taking that offer.
私の愛す
はいはい。花火はただ必要ならいつでも手伝ってあげるって言いたかっただけ。手羽先にピアスをつけてる男の子なんて誰が無視できると思う？
Sparker seems to kinda like him. But the feeling is not mutual.
犯人はすでに馬脚を現しました。そう遠くない未来。
Under their radiant gaze. Not sure who he's referring to here, but usually when there's like a caps locked word in this game, it's referring to an Aeon. And their radiant gaze will soon fall. That, yeah, that really sounds like he's referring to an Aeon. But which one?
彼が悔い改めない限り、その剣は研ぎ澄まされ、弓には弦が張られる。さすれば
Their sword will be honed, their bow strung. Sounds a little bit like The Hunt. But we just had Xiangshou as the last planet we were on, or planet ship, I guess. So I don't actually think it's gonna be Lan.
その瞬間、神を敬わない異邦人は自分が凡人に過ぎないことを知り地獄へ落ちる。
Yeah, definitely sounds like Sunday has something big planned.
そして私はその先兵となり、あなたに吉報を届け。
Oh, he's kind of declaring war on the Watchmaker. So is the Watchmaker actually responsible for Robin's death? I was thinking maybe it was Aventurine, but then again, why would Aventurine show us Robin here? If he's actually the murderer, that wouldn't make much sense, right? Oh, we got a free light cone here. Okay. Preservation light cone. Interesting. What does that do? Oh, I think I already have this one already. I remember reading this before at some point. Or maybe it was a very similar effect. Anyway. Let's see. We're back here with Aventurine. Robin is gone. What now? There's also a bunch of quests getting unlocked. A bunch of new messages we're receiving. So it seems like we've reached some kind of checkpoint, so to say, during the story. Maybe this is where the story of one version ended, and then it was continued in the next version, I don't know. But I'm just gonna continue right away. When he first saw this, so does Robin just reappear and vanish here all the time? If he has seen it before? He's talking as if she's still here, but didn't she... Could Robin actually be dead? You know what? I actually believe him for once. I think he was actually just an unlucky bystander for this. I don't think he would kill Robin. As untrustworthy as he is, this does sound like the truth. Okay, that was just a memory. That shows the victim, but not the murderer, apparently. Is he implying that Acheron killed Robin? Not sure if I believe that. But maybe I'm mistaken about Acheron. Maybe she is actually worse than I think. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality, but it seems like that failsafe is not working in the deeper parts of the dream where the monster's roaming around. The harmony. Right, I forgot that the family is connected to the harmony, so the Aeon that Sunday was talking about is probably the Aeon of Harmony. I forgot their name, but yeah, that would make sense that he was talking about the harmony. And basically what Aventurine is saying here, that it's actually kinda difficult to kill someone in the dream, because people would just be forcibly awakened before they actually die. Yet it has happened twice. Or maybe just one time, because, you know, Firefly, Sam, she's not actually dead. So who knows if Robin is actually dead. Now that I think about it, Robin did appear, I think, in one event that I played. I think it was the Rapper event. Not sure if I remember that correctly. And that probably took place after the Penacony main quest. Just skipped through the dialogue because I didn't want to get spoiled. I just wanted to get the Stellar Jade from that event. But I think at one point during that event, Robin appeared. So that might have been a spoiler that she's actually alive, but I'm not sure. Who could have done it? The only one is the girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's right about that. Maybe he is. Maybe Acheron actually did kill her, but part of me thinks that if they want to push Acheron as, like, evil and a murderer, that might be an intentional misdirection by the writers. And there's also still the fact that I still don't completely trust Aventurine. So for now, I'm just gonna say, maybe she did what he's saying she did, but is there actually any proof? Because if not, then innocent until proven guilty.
アフリートが死んだのは間違いないだろうし、ロビンの彼女の惨状も見ての通りだ。さて、次の犠牲者になるのは誰かな?
If that's the case, I can't trust anyone. Yeah, I mean, we already knew that we couldn't trust anyone here. But more importantly, that's just one side of the story. How about we go ask Acheron? Because you're just saying things, Aventurine, but where's your proof?
大丈夫。君は自分で判断すればいい。信頼を築くには時間がかかるからね。
I don't want to build trust with you.
ただ、君にも知っておいてもらいたかったんだ。その遺産とやらをめぐり。
Sorry to break it to you, Aventurine, but that info is kinda old at this point. We already know that there are plans going on and everyone has some sort of agenda here. It's really nothing new.
くれぐれも立ち位置を間違えちゃいけない。僕が君だったら、ヨミとは確実に距離を置く。何しろ、影に隠れた怪物に比べれば、
Any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows. Really, Aventurine. You're trying to make it seem like your schemes are out in the open and Acheron is a monster. I do not believe for a second that all your schemes are out in the open just because you're a little bit open right now about what's going on. Like, there's so many schemes and machinations behind these eyes. You can't just tell just by looking at him that he's not telling Stelle the full truth. Those are some of the most untrustworthy eyes I've ever seen on a anime character. Or game character, I guess, but, you know, anime style. But, yeah, I should just probably continue a bit faster through this. I'm just talking about how untrustworthy he is for, like, way too long. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. I think I've never said the word untrustworthy as many times as I have in the last half hour. Alright, Black Swan is also still here. Exactly. There could be an even deeper conspiracy that Acheron has nothing to do with. Because honestly, she doesn't seem like the person who would have big plans. She's way too forgetful for that. Yeah, I think now that I put that into words, that's actually my main problem with this. The main reason why I don't trust what he's saying. Because just Acheron just really doesn't seem like the kind of person who could plan something like that and execute it. She's just not that calculating. At least I don't think she is. Maybe her other self, the white-haired one, is. I don't know. Yeah, but even if the memory is real, we only saw the victim. We didn't see the murderer. Why are you so sure it's Acheron? There's no proof. You're just talking and talking and talking, but I'm not seeing any proof. Maybe I'm just too biased towards Acheron because she's my favorite character, but seriously, you need some proof.
くどい話はやめて単刀直入に言おう。
No thanks.
前から言っているように僕は遺産の争奪戦には興味がない。ピノコニーに来たのはあくまで仕事のため。僕はカンパニーのために失われた。
And why should I help you destroy this place to turn it back into a prison? Why would the Nameless do that? No thanks. My answer is no, and I really hope that Stele does refuse him.
すっかり不良債権になっちゃってね。カンパニーは何度も交渉しようとしたんだけど、ファミリーは取り付く島もなかった。
Okay, he's mentioning a Stellaron here, but it doesn't seem like he means the Stellaron inside Stele. Does the family have a Stellaron?
あの連中は君が想像してるより手強い。今まで死の存在を隠蔽できてたんだから。今回だってきっとロビンの死を隠し通してみせるだろう。
Yeah, of course they're gonna cover up Robin's death. So what?
このまま静かに泡となって消え、最後まで誰にも知られることがない。そんなの不公平だろ。だからマイフレンド。
Yeah, but again, why should I help you? I can't trust you. And you haven't offered anything in return.
大丈夫。無理強いするつもりはないからね。
It kind of feels like you're forcing me. You're not taking no for an answer. You're trying to manipulate Stele.
それに僕が
You want to team up to get our help, but don't give us anything in
の
return.
話を最後まで聞いてくれないか。
Are you just really bad at negotiating, or do you think we're stupid? I've been hearing you out for the last 30 minutes, and I still haven't heard anything out of your mouth that convinces me to trust you.
僕の目標は一つだけだ。ファミリーは高い壁に覆われている。それを崩そうとするなら、先にいくつかのほころびを作らなくちゃいけない。
Just wants to tear the family down.
生じれば、
But once again, I'm asking, for the I don't know how many times this now, why should we help you tear down the family? What is in it for us? Why would we want to tear down the family? Just because you are telling us to? Dude, that's not how you get allies.
今がチャンスなんだ。ロビンの死の真相を明らかにできれば、
I'm all for finding out the truth about Robin's death, but the rest of your plan? I'm not in. I'm out. Let me go.
僕がピノコニーの各地で調査を行い、
I don't want to work with you.
幅広く交流してきたのはこの瞬間のためなんだよ。この悪い知らせはファミリーにとってとても不利なものだから、きっと外部の人間、特にカンパニーの介入を全力で阻止しようとしてくるだろう。
But it already leaked to the RPC.
でも
So they did a shitty job at covering it up.
それこそが君たちを必要とする理由だよ。
Hmm.
君たちは真相を明らかにして正義を貫ける。僕は
Okay. So he's like, so what he's offering us is the truth, basically. That's his offer. That's what he's gonna give us for our help. But we actually have to work to find the truth. Work with him. So he's not actually offering us something, he's just offering us an opportunity to get that something that he is saying he's offering. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. Still doesn't seem like a good deal to me. And oh my god, I'm so glad Stelle is not just accepting his offer. All three of these options are kinda her being like, wait a minute, no, I can't actually do this. You want to take advantage of the family's trust in us. The Nameless would never associate with the IPC, and this decision is way above my pay grade. I think I've said it before, but I love that Stelle is actually a smart main character, who's not just falling for everyone's schemes just because they're a little bit nice. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna choose the third one here. Yeah, I'm gonna talk things over with Himiko and Weld, and I guess March. The navigator is really smart, she must understand the value of this deal. Well, she is smart, yes, and that's why I think she's also gonna not like the deal.
どうしたって資金が必要
And now he's paying us off.
あれ遠慮し
You
ないで
think
受け取ってくれ
you giving us money is gonna make us trust you more?
じゃあまたね君たちと一緒に死の真相を明らかにできることを心から楽しみに
Okay. So that concludes our negotiations with Aventurine. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but he didn't really offer much, right? It really feels like he's just trying to manipulate us. Yeah, something definitely seems off. I'm not sure if I'm just overreacting and mistrusting him too much. Maybe. Maybe I should mistrust Acheron more instead of Aventurine. But I don't know. He just seems like he's constantly scheming and constantly taking advantage of everyone around him. And yeah, we also still don't really know what Black Swan is thinking. Ah, this is also confusing and complicated. Who can we trust? No one at this point. No one except the Astro Express crew. On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. No, seriously, am I misunderstanding something here? Because in my eyes, it's not a good deal. Why is everyone saying, oh, it's such a good deal? Aventurine is like, oh, such a great deal. Aren't you grateful that I offered this to you? Even your smart navigator's gonna understand what a great deal this is. And now Black Swan is like, oh, such a good deal. You should probably take it. Like, why is everyone saying this is a good deal? I don't see it. How is this a good deal? Aventurine just basically makes us work for him, just so he can tear down the family, and all we get out of it is the truth about Robin's death, which we don't even get from him. We get it by finding it out ourselves, by working for or with him. How is that a good deal? I don't get it. But yeah, at least the second party of what Black Swan is saying, I can agree with. He's a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't be as simple as it appears to be. Definitely true. Ah, yeah, no, that makes more sense, that he was kinda... Because Stelle definitely wants to find out the truth about Firefly's death as well. Not just Robin. So I guess that would be kinda enticing for her. So I guess we are gonna actually take the deal. The nameless cannot turn a blind eye to evil, yeah. And for Firefly's sake, we have to get to the bottom of this. Yeah, I think those two answers here are actually good reasons for Stelle to want to team up with Aventurine. Even though the deal is not the greatest ever. But honestly, at this point, we might as well just toss a die to decide who to trust here. Which other questions? Oh yeah, this is actually an interesting question. Do you think this is connected to Acheron? Do you believe Aventurine? Okay. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much confirms what I've been saying the entire time, that there's no proof. Even Black Swan doesn't know. So I don't think it was Acheron. Simple as that. Yeah, all they're basing it off is that she is the most special guest here. Well, it must be her then, right? Because we don't know anything about her. But that just doesn't sit right with me. That's not enough to accuse someone of murder. Yeah, we really have to talk to Himeko and Welt again. We need their input. Okay, we're back in the lobby. But Sam and Acheron are gone. Last time we were here, they were still fighting. Yeah, it's definitely not a good dream, so more like a nightmare. But even though it is a dream, it is all real. Hold on just a second. What now? Okay. Give me a card. A card that is gonna guide me out of a memory zone. That's probably gonna get important at some point during this Trailblaze mission. And it's also her way to apologize. Okay. You know what, Black Swan? Out of all the people here, you also seem to be one of the more trustworthy ones. At least you're better than Aventurine. So, thank you. I'm still not sure if you're actually an ally, but you're definitely more of an ally than Aventurine. Okay, so now we're out of the dream again, I guess. That was a very interesting dream adventure. A lot happened. Firefly died, Sam and Acheron fought, Robin died, Aventurine is doing Aventurine things, I guess. And March has written a bunch. Oh, he feels so antsy. They were really worried about Jill, it seems. Do I need to get off the express and help? I don't know, Danhang. I don't think we're at that point yet. But you should definitely be ready. In case we need you. Okay, I'm done. Where are you now? We have to meet up and talk about Aventurine. That lady didn't do anything bad, did she? Nah. Black Swan didn't do anything bad. Which doesn't mean that nothing bad happened. Okay, meet somewhere near the Clocky statue. Oh wait, so we're actually still in the dream. We're just now at the golden hour. Which is relatively safe compared to where we were before. Okay, there's the statue. Let's see what our friends have to say. Take a moment to gather my thoughts. Okay. Oh, that's just... Oh, flashback. Oh, we're actually gonna see how the fight ended between Sam and Acheron? Heck yeah. Oh, this is so cool. The two best girls fighting each other. No, 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 no. Don't... I wanted to see it. Okay, we actually get to see her kill Duke Inferno now, I guess. But I really wanted to see the fight between Firefly and Acheron. Or I guess Sam and Acheron. Still not sure if Sam is like a different personality. Or if Firefly is just acting. Not sure. It appears the outcome has already been determined. Yeah, you didn't stand a chance. Not against her. But not for long. Yeah, I think they already said before that she probably got the music box from the Annihilation Gang. And he was not willing to negotiate. So he actually kind of chose death. Yeah, what's the point? Sacrificing your life for Nanook. He doesn't care about you. You tread the narrow path of the hunt? Not so sure about that. Considering that she is nihility. Yeah, we spread, burn and destroy. And leave only ashes on the ground. That's exactly what I've been saying. The Annihilation Gang just destroys. So why are people mad that Acheron killed them? Like, I'm here being like, go girl, get them. And everyone else is like, oh no, she's so bad. She killed the entire Annihilation Gang. To be fair, I think they're mainly just mad that she took the invitation, even though she wasn't actually invited to Penacony. But the way they're phrasing it just makes it seem like they're upset that the Annihilation Gang is gone, which just makes no sense. Interesting philosophy, all things are created for the destruction. Well, I guess everything has to end at some point. But that doesn't mean that you have to go out of your way to actively destroy everything. Wait, this is interesting and all, but we already know how it ends, so... And he isn't really saying anything super important here, it seems. Just pointless justifications for why he is destroying things. He's basically just saying, oh, I burn so brightly, I can't help it. On the path they have forged, you've traveled farther than I have. Is he saying that she has caused more destruction than him? Oh, and he even knew that she's an emanator. Maybe he realized while fighting her. Maybe he thinks she's an emanator of destruction? It's interesting that so far no one has figured out that she's actually an emanator of nihility. Like, even Aventurine wasn't sure which Aeon she's an emanator of. But yeah, here he chooses death now. Acheron really gave him every chance for him to not choose death. But he made his choice. Everything exists to be destroyed, even emanators. Yeah, I guess everyone dies at some point, even emanators, but she's not gonna die anytime soon, I hope. We get it. You like destruction, and you're choosing your death. Now just die. One small mistake. Alright, the blade is still in its scabbard. I didn't even realize. She didn't even need to unsheath the blade to kill them. Oh my god, she's so powerful. I love her. Oh, are we actually gonna get some Acheron lore here? Let me guess, it's just gonna fade to black now. Or she's just telling him that she's not following the path of the hunt. Okay, well, I already knew that.
死があなたの長い夢を終わらせること、そして目覚めの世界へと導くことを願う。
Another cutscene.
私は今で
Oh,
も
we are back at the fight between.
引け。まだあなたの番
Your
だ。
time hasn't come yet, so they just stopped fighting. Okay, I guess that's also a solution for this. It's kind of funny how Black Swan and Aventurine were like, let's get Stelle out of there and let them destroy each other, but then these two are like, I don't want to fight anymore.
巧妙な偽装はたくさん見てきたが、外見は隠せても心は隠せないものだ。
Oh, she saw right through her.
あなたも例外ではない。
She knows it's Firefly. At least that's what it seems like from what she's saying here, right?
あの開拓者。あなたは
You had no desire to kill Azrael. Okay, so I guess Sam isn't a different personality, she was just acting.
あくまで私とあのメモキー
I was kinda confused there for a moment when Sam was so aggressively attacking and acting like he really wanted to kill Stelle. But yeah, it was just an act and nothing more.
運命の奴隷がそうさせたのか。
Destiny Slave make you do it. Destiny Slave. I think that's one of Elio's titles, right? So yeah, that question makes sense. Considering that Sam is a Stellar Hunter. Yeah, okay, it was Elio. I remembered it correctly.
このことはあなたの脚本に書かれていると思っていたが。
Right, I completely forgot about the script that they always get on their missions. Of course, all that hostility towards Stelle could also have just been part of the script. But doesn't seem to be the case here. My script has always been brief, so she's mostly allowed to act on her own, I guess. Wow, he actually has the privilege of choice. Even Kafka on Xiangshou was like, everything is planned by Elio and we don't have free will, there's no choice. But Sam here is just saying, yeah, well, he lets me choose. I'm kinda special. I don't follow a script. That's interesting. So Elio is like, well, the other Drown Hunters need some special guidance, but you, Sam, you just go and slay. I kinda love that. Okay, time for Sam to ask questions. Yeah, she's not your enemy. And also not Stelle's enemy, no matter what Aventurine is saying. This scene is reinforcing it for me, that Acheron is really not an enemy.
そこまで興味を持たれるほどの価値はないと思うが、銀河を一人で旅する者には秘密がつきものだ。私も
Okay, they're kind of bonding a little bit over being wanted by the IPC. It's kind of funny.
私ならあなたを助けられるかもしれない。
Yes, work together. Please.
私はよく忘れてしまうから。記憶よりも
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. She's so forgetful. How could she plan and execute Robin's murder?
だから
And get away with it?
私には
Yeah, Acheron is just the best.
どうだ。鎧を
But Firefly as well. I just love both of them. I'm so happy that they're actually having this talk. It's almost better than fighting. I would have loved to see the fight, but this is almost better even. Them talking and potentially teaming up. Or I really hope Sam accepts the offer. Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk? A real talk? Oh, it's not yet time. Not yet time to take off the armor. And she doesn't need help. Oh well. I'm not too surprised that they're not actually teaming up. But just imagine. Everyone else in Penacony would have just been so screwed It would have been glorious.
あなたの狙いが時計屋の遺産ならファミリーを調べるといい。彼らは死の存在だけでなく無境の過去と真実も隠していますので。
Yeah, and the family is getting more and more sus. Not that it ever wasn't sus.
そして請求列車はあなたの敵ではありません。
And the Astro Express is no enemy for either of
それ
them.
は私も分かっている。
And she knows that. Yeah, I never doubted Acheron. Like I constantly said during the part with Aventurine, she just doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd turn against Stelle.
それでこれからどうするつもりだ。あの開拓者はブラックスワンに連れて行かれた。
Yeah, what did they do after this?
その必要はありません。あなたには教えても構わないでしょう。エリオが私に与えた指示
Get all of the Astro Express to track down the Grand Legacy.
請求列車に
That's
共に大いなる遺産を負わせる。
okay, I mean, we're already doing that anyway. But I guess Firefly did kind of have a hand in making Stelle take an interest in all of this. So, mission accomplished, I guess.
もっと簡単で直接的な手を使い、この件を終わらせようとしたのですが、結果はご覧の通りです。私は今ここであなたと
I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
失敗しました。
But the Astro Express is doing what you wanted them to do. Or did I misunderstand that?
いわゆる不可能と呼ばれるものはまだ訪れていないだけのことだ。まあいい。別れる前に
One more thing.
一つ聞いてもいいか。あなたの脚本の中に私に関係することは書かれているか。
Oh, the red eye. I'm still not 100% sure what the red letters mean. But it's always interesting when it happens.
残念ですが、一言も触れられ
Oh, she's not in the script? Interesting. She really is special, huh? I feel like Acheron is the wild card here. Everyone is planning shit, but they're all unsure about her. Acheron definitely still has a big role to play in all of this.
答えはノーです。
Don't what? Yeah.
あなたの最初の質問です。まだ夢を見る。
Oh, she doesn't
自分の
dream about the people who died because of her?
答えはノー。一度も見たことがありません。
She never has, huh?
私には生まれつき夢を見るという機
Oh,
能
she
が
just can't dream.
私は冷たい現実のために生き、ほんのかすかな光のために燃え。
Keep on burning until I turn to ash. I don't want you to turn to ash.
だから、あなたが羨ましい。
そうか。あなたはもう目覚めの世界で生きているんだな。
And there she goes. This was great. This was everything I wanted. Seeing these two interact like this, I love it. Amazing. But yeah, now we're back here in the present. And we have some big decisions to make about Aventurine's deal that he proposed. And yeah, seems like the rest of the crew just found out about Robin.
ごめんなさい。あの時そばにいてあげられなくて。
It's fine, Himiko.
現実世界は穏やかだが、無境では暗流が渦巻いている。本当にあのメモキーパーの言葉通りになっているな。みんな、落ち込んでいる暇はないぞ。俺たちにはまだできること。
So we actually gonna go find the murderer. I mean, there was never any question about that. But are we gonna do it with or without Aventurine?
まずは状況を整理しましょう。あんたの言葉を聞いて思い出したことがあるの。美月ちゃん、私たちが交渉したファミリーの代表が何て言ってたか覚えてる？
What did he say?
名の死人は今回の件に関与していないと信じています。どうか
Okay, so seems like the family doesn't actually think that the Nameless have anything to do with the murders. That's good.
今思えばあの時の彼の表情は
But seems like the representative that they talked with was a little evasive.
もっと前に起こったはずの事件についても口を閉ざしていたわ。
Yeah, of course they didn't mention the earlier murder, Himiko. They don't want the public to find out that Robin is dead.
ファミリーはロビンさんの死を隠そうとしてたんだろうね。この件が広まれば、ピノコニーは文字通り血の川になっちゃうから。
Yeah, and they definitely don't want that to happen.
だがその直後に起きた2つ目の事件は彼らの想像をはるかに超えていて、ファミリーも
The murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation,
講和セレモニーが目前
which is implying that they anticipated Robin's murder. And all of this is happening shortly before the Charmony Festival. They've been talking about this for a while. Is it actually gonna start soon in the story?
ホ
Or
タルの件は目撃者が多くて隠しきるのは難しかったから成り行きに任せてたくさんの人を巻き込むことで状況をコントロールしようとしたのかもしれないわ。
so many witnesses? I mean, there were like 3 witnesses and that's it. And all 3 of them, I think, are pretty good at keeping their mouths shut. Because it's like Black Swan, Stelle, and Acheron, right? Or am I forgetting someone? I don't think there was anyone else in that lobby when Firefly died.
この2つの事件は根本的に性質が違うからファミリーが何より警戒しているのはよからぬことを考える訪問者でしょうね。
Malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy. Thank you for saying that, Himiko. So she also thinks that Aventurine can't be trusted. Yeah, he really is up to no good.
それに彼はあの
All the while accusing the Galaxy Ranger. Thank you. I love that the Astro Express crew is not stupid. That they actually see through people like Aventurine. And don't fall for their schemes like typical anime protagonists. That is so refreshing. To have main characters that are actually smart like that.
なんか
And don't fall for every little trick.
足元を救われそうになってる感じがする。アベンチュリンが読みを告発した理由もかなり微妙な気がするけど、彼の話を信じ
I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Mid-Akron were highly subtle. Yes, thank you much. Oh my god, I feel so validated by what they're saying about Aventurine and Acheron. I thought I was going crazy in that dream sequence with Aventurine for how bad that deal was that he proposed and how much suspicion he cast onto Acheron for no reason. But they're basically saying the same things now that I said back then. Oh my god, that's so validating. Thank you.
こうなって今私たちが信用できるのは自分だけね。
Yeah, we can trust each other, but not anyone else. Though I do think that Acheron is also pretty trustworthy, like I already said. And Firefly probably as well.
情報を集めて
Even though she is a Stellaron hunter.
可能性を並べてみよう。
But Stellaron hunters aren't really our enemies currently, I feel like. And yeah, we are getting closer to the truth. Slowly but surely, even though there's still so much mystery about this whole place, this entire planet.
遺産の渦の中をぐるぐる回っているだけの気がするな。
今回は本格的に名探偵を演じないとね。でも調査を始める前にファミリー
Yeah, good question. What are we gonna say to them?
これは私の感覚だけどファミリーは請求列車に悪意はないと思うの。
So we're gonna work with the family
を信用していなければ
instead of Aventurine? I mean, I don't trust them either, but I feel like that is the better option.
それにここはファミリーのテリトリー。アベンチュリンさんについてはベルト、あんたの意見を聞かせて。
あれは一筋縄ではいかない相手だ。彼は俺たちと交渉するときこそ意図的
Very acute analysis.
演じていたが、言葉に彼は感情と論理の両面において相手を納得させる説明をしている。無理強いはしないと
The
いう
intent was obvious.
その意図は明らかだ。だが
He just wants us to help him
より多くの
with his schemes.
悪いことではない。
Do you really think that? That he could become a reliable ally? I'm not convinced.
ファミリーとの距離を慎重に保ち、あまり近づきすぎないようにした方がいい。
Oh, so basically what he's saying is that we should team up with both of them, but also keep both of them at a distance, just so we have more options, I guess.
つまり先にアベンチュリンさんの提案を受け入れるべき
Or does he just want us to keep distance from the family, but not Aventurine?
もちろんリスクはあるが、それぞれの腹の内が分かってから。
理屈はわかるけど、ここって悪いやつが多いから、そのうち後ろから刺されるんじゃないかってヒヤヒヤしちゃうな。この子だって。
Yeah, March also got a point here.
正直もう見てらんないよ。
It's cool, you can bully me whenever. Okay, Stele. It's fine, I got a lot out of him too. Did you though? Let's just focus on the big picture. Yeah, I know I'm like a broken record. Basically, all I've been saying this video constantly is just that Aventurine is untrustworthy and Acheron is trustworthy. I've been the most broken record like in this video than in any other video ever, I feel like. But I can't help it. You know, the entire story is about whether we should trust Aventurine or not, currently. So, we can just turn the tables and use him instead? Good idea. Let's do that.
それじゃあアベンチュリンさんへの返事はあんたに任せるわね。みんな
So I guess we are actually teaming up with him. I don't think that's a good idea, but like March said, maybe we can actually turn it around and use him. Though I don't think that's gonna be easy. But okay, yeah. Guess we will collaborate with you. Congratulations. You got the job. We'll all be in this together. I'm not sure about that. You have received 100,000 credits. Again trying to pay us off, huh? I mean, but only 100,000? That's nothing in this game. Give us more. Is he actually gonna give us more? Are we actually receiving credits, or is this just in this message? But you know, 200,000 is also not that much. But I guess we got as much out of him as we could for now. Anyway, I've been recording for quite a while now. I feel like there's actually a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna cut out because I've been talking so much and a lot of what I said just was repeating the same things over and over again. So I'm not sure how long this video actually is, but I still think this is a good point to end it for now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Honkai Star Rail and other gacha content. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, have a nice day.